Godzilla.
Hello there, welcome.
The original Godzilla.
Yeah,
as I was saying.
Yeah,
the very first Godzilla of the millions of movies that have been made.
1954?
Yes.
But we gotta talk about the review. We're reviewing this. Let's discuss. I did like the characters. The characters were pretty good. Sort of.
Were they?
But Godzilla himself was cool.
Yeah. I did like how they made the costume. I did like the plot. The plot where they had, basically they started seeing all the ships disappear, not going into any spoilers, but still, if you haven't seen the movie, be done.
Yeah, I love how they jumped right into
If we're gonna review
it.
the movie, there should be a spoiler warning, so.
Yeah. Just flash like a spoiler screen right here. Just right here. Yeah.
Well, he had the atomic breath that destroyed everything.
He had the pretty funny face, actually.
Yeah. The memeable face.
The meme face.
The meme
He had the
face.
fire that destroyed everything.
I did like the overall production quality. For such a low budget, I think that was a low budget anyway.
Oh yeah, the miniatures.
Yeah, the miniatures, where they kind of had, they made you feel like, oh, hey, this is like a wide angle shot. But at the same time, you could see little bits and pieces that made it seem more like everything was paper or paper mache or something like that.
Yeah.
But it didn't like stray too far from like the actual scene.
I still love how the military was trying to stop Godzilla, but it didn't work because he's Godzilla.
2 million years old, has radioactive powers like Spider-Man.
He's not happy.
Yeah. And weird crystal things on its back that
Light up
powers
when
it.
he breathes fire.
Fire.
It's basically like a toy commercial.
Yeah.
Push here to turn on atomic breath.
Of course, since it was a really old movie, they didn't know a thing about CGI, so they had a guy wear a costume.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also there was that mad scientist with the eye patch, and they never explain how or why he has the eye patch. What happens if another Godzilla happens?
I don't know.
They're stuck.
They're doomed.
They're doomed.
They did have those little background. Like, it gives you a tiny bit of background in the story. Like, oh, hey, these two have like a little love interest thing going on. I really doubt a 40-foot lizard would just pop
40
out.
feet?
40 foot.
I don't know how tall it is.
Taller than most buildings, Ben.
Okay, fine. It's the size of a skyscraper. Fine.
Yeah, with an adorable face.
With an adorable face, yeah.
Yeah, a giant, whatever foot lizard is adorable.
You look like another Cookie
It
Monster.
was. He looked like a Teletubby.
Why does
How
it
does
look
it
like
look like a
Teletubby? How does it look like a Teletubby?
He looked like a Teletubby. His face was adorable.
All right.
I have so many questions by that. Overall, the movie was great. I mean, if you're if you're watching for the first time, like imagine if you're back in time. The movie just came out. You're like seeing it in the big theater. You're seeing it in the theater, and at that time the graphics were just amazing. But then you see movies like Inception, or
Aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah, and then you watch Godzilla's special effects and you're just like...
Not
Yeah,
really
because
sad.
they tried to make it as scary as possible because that happened in 54 and that was after 45 when two cities in Japan kind of exploded.
Yeah.
What about
And
60?
they used a bunch of
67?
imagery of like cities burning down and exploding,
I
and
actually
that was
like how they
terrifying
did
at the
that.
time.
I love how they slipped in a monster that's close to that time period, and it's reasonable that.
So does that mean
a
the monster
like
was
that-
technically the United States?
No. It's just a monster that was made from atomic bombs.
Yeah.
That scene with where he just pops his head out. Just pops out with like a giant birthday present. It's like, hello, happy birthday.
He himself is gift wrapped.
Oh god.
But yeah, it was overall a pretty good movie. And, well, not really the movie itself, but like the trend it set up where it launched the Godzilla craze or whatever it is. With all those Godzilla movies, it started like a whole generation of movies.
You kind of like look back at movies like this and you're like, huh, you know, everything could have been solved easier if they just did blah blah blah, or they did this or that and this.
But that's not what the director entailed. Like.
I know, but if you look at it like from a realistic point of view, a lot of these problems could have been solved.
Well, I mean, they did solve the problem of Godzilla because they destroyed him.
There's so many casualties. What about
Compared
what
to
about the
the
millions
couple-
of homes he destroyed? 17 ships were destroyed, man. How many
Yeah.
people do you think were on those 17 ships?
Not as many as the people in Tokyo.
Not a lot of people escaped with their lives.
Yeah, but a lot of people did.
A lot of people didn't.
A lot of people did.
Oh, let's see. A giant monster stomping through Tokyo. Yeah, people will live.
Can we talk about the oxygen destroyer for a minute, though?
Yeah, sure.
Why did he use it on fish?
To
I
test
had
it?
to test on
To
something.
test it?
He could have just
Wait,
used one.
would you rather have him test on other people? Because that would have been a lot
Some of
gruesome.
those people that lived through the Godzilla attacks, maybe?
Oh God. Let's just step back and see like the actual science behind it. You think today?
I don't know. An
with the
oxygen
technology
destroyer,
we
it
have,
does sound pretty deadly because however he made it, it destroys oxygen, and that's kind of scary for a person.
it
Who
does
is
look like a
70% water.
It looked like a
And
medicine tablet though.
it was just a little gray ball. The soundtrack, I don't know. I feel like Godzilla's theme was pretty good with when he was ravaging Tokyo and like they had like all the horns blasting. That sounded pretty good, but
Yeah, that sounded. it
all
sounded
the other
intense.
bits of the soundtrack were just.
I like the scene where he's just
Well,
like picking up that tower and then he's
Oh
like
yeah,
trying
he
to
picked
figure
up the
out how to
tower
eat it.
and he
It's
tried
like,
to throw it on the bridge and the tower
I thought he was
shattered
trying to
and
get
the
his
bridge
picture
did nothing.
taken. He was like, hey.
He
Maybe he's,
picked
like,
up the
trying to
tower, he
hide.
threw it against the bridge, and nothing
like-
happened to the bridge. And then Godzilla got mad and just turned around and left. If Godzilla did happen today, we'd totally be able to take him down because of the almost sarcastic amount of nuclear weapons the U.S. has alone.
Or it makes the situation a lot worse. He gets more angry and gets more powerful. from
And
this.
bigger.
Bigger.
So
So, overall, Godzilla was a good movie. It's a good movie to watch with friends, better than alone.
yeah.
It's a good movie to listen to.
It
With
make if you don't
soundtrack
like
and
crappy
everything,
crappy movies, then you'll probably like it better with friends with you.
It's just better to watch with friends, but it should be given respect because of
How
the
how
trend
old
it started.
and that is a classic.
Overall, 2 eye patches out of 10.
And
Okay,
the,
maybe
final,
like
the final note before the
10
video,
eye
if the
patches out of
final
10.
note before this ends, Godzilla is adorable.
Yeah, he is adorable.
He is adorable.
Editor's note:
I think that's about it.
he's not.
Yeah.
He's a city destroying monster.
He was adorable.
Stay at home, watch your kids, make sure this never happens again. No, we're not
dabbing.
dabbing.